How's it going, guys? My name is Tavarish, and today I have a little bit of a confession to make. My Supra is slow. So if you're new to the channel, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys like it, and subscribe if you like what you see. Behind me is my 1995 Toyota Supra SE. It's a special edition, but, well, it's not as special as I'd like it to be. You see, other than the wrap and the wheels and the sort of Miami flavor that this car has, it is completely 100% bone stock. And even though it's bone stock, the turbo versions were pretty good in terms of performance and exhaust noise, and basically getting this thing out of its own way. This is not the turbo version, this is a naturally aspirated version, and instead of making a nice throaty growl with some turbo whistle, it sounds like this. Now, I think it's safe to say that you guys have probably seen a Supra video or two on YouTube before, but it's likely the turbo versions of this car. They make all sorts of noise and all sorts of power, but I've never actually seen a non-turbo one where in the video they measure some power and see how fast or how slow it is. So that's why I'm back in Tampa at my friend Erik Cruz's shop, Vanquish Tuning, and the car is already on the dyno, and it's looking pretty good. Now, I know that this is not going to be the same sort of power as my Lamborghini, not even close, not even in the ballpark. This is going to be a really fun time because I'm very curious to see what this thing does. Now, it's all strapped up. This is a Mustang dyno, and if you guys don't know about Mustang dynos, the difference between Mustang and Dynojet and Dyno Dynamics and all that stuff, then you can look at the video that I made about the Lambo on the dyno. You'll find that these actually read low, and this one in particular reads a lot lower because it's been calibrated very well by my friend here, Mr. Erik Cruz. How you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going?
So, we ready to make 1,000 horsepower? How about that?
A little shy of that, but yes, we've all taken bets on what it's gonna be.
Yeah. So, what's your bet? You are the well, you've done some math.
Okay, I did an educated guess.
Okay.
My educated guess was 165 to the wheels.
165 to the wheels. You realize that this made 220 when it was brand new.
Yes.
Okay, so 165 to the wheels. I don't think that is going to get there, especially on this dyno. But
you can see, like, it. As I said, it was educated guess. Now, there was some math involved, but it's a guess, but yeah. Okay, so 165 to the wheels is what you think, and that means that the car is healthy and all that stuff. I don't necessarily think the car is too healthy because this is a almost 200,000 mile engine, and yeah, it's seen some better days. Plus, I drove here for 2 hours, and it is a little bit heat soaked, but I think we're just gonna send it. Over there, we have some onlookers. What do you guys think is going to be the power number for this car? So
I'm thinking 145.
145.
Yeah.
That's a little optimistic, I think.
So I'd like to break your heart.
I'm gonna go 107. That's my guess.
107. That is very specific and also very low. You have no faith.
No, I have no faith.
Okay, you have no faith. Okay, so
What did you write?
what did I say? Okay, so I think it's gonna make 120. 120 to the wheels. So the person that gets closest to their specific number,
Not going over.
No, honestly, I don't think it should be without going over. I think
No, this is Price is Right.
price. Okay, fine. Without going over, that person has to buy everybody drinks at the end of the day.
Oh man, it's gonna make 300 horsepower.
All right, fine. Without going over. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm actually not very nervous because this car is like, it's bone stock. Nothing's gonna happen on this dyno. So yeah, let's send it. Look at that! 120 on the dot. Tell me I don't know my car. Look at that. 120. Max power 120.5, max torque 129, 130. That, dude, I know my car. I know my car. No, I don't know. I think we kind of messed up on that bet thing, but whatever. I'll buy drinks for all you guys. 120, man. 120. Okay, so it's the chrome wheels. So let me turn off this fan, and we'll you can cut the car off. This is a very good call by me, but here's what happened. The car, as it sits, bone stock, brand new from factory, made 225 crank horsepower. Now that translates to less wheel horsepower because it has to go through the transmission and then the drive shaft and then the differential and then through the drive shafts to the wheels. And then those wheels are indeed very, very heavy. They're like 19-inch chrome and they're really heavy.
Deliciously dismal.
Yes.
Deliciously dismal.
Deliciously dismal. That is perfect. Hashtag deliciously dismal. This dyno actually reads lower than what the usual dyno would read, what a dynojet would read. So a dynojet would likely read around 160, somewhere in this region. But this is where I thought this would read because this is Erik's dyno, and Erik's dyno is a heartbreaker of heartbreakers. So we're not going to stop there. We actually have a few more things up our sleeve. I want to make sure that it gets a nice cool down because I have been driving it for the last 2 hours and it is heat soaked. So I'm gonna cool it down a little bit and then we're gonna try it again, maybe a few more runs, and then we're gonna see if, actually, can we do like a cold air intake? I wanna see if it's possible, if we can kind of rig up a cold air intake in here and see if that makes any power. Any appreciable difference.
My 2004 Subaru Outback makes 120 to the wheels.
Listen, man, nobody needs your negativity right now.
I'm just saying.
So, okay, so Erik's bone stock Subaru Outback from 2004. That has a 4-cylinder in it, right? 4-cylinder and all-wheel drive, so it has more drivetrain loss. That made 120 on this dyno. So, this is like, I wager this is the slowest Supra ever. This has to be the slowest Supra. So we're gonna make a few more runs, and then with Erik's permission, I'd like to do a quarter-mile run.
I think we can arrange that.
Okay, so this dyno has a feature that lets you do quarter-mile stuff, and I wanna put this car on the quarter-mile. What are you guys thinking as far as quarter-mile? I'm gonna be right, but it was
20 horsepower.
Yeah.
It's just a guess because I'm not a drag racer, but I'm gonna say it's 17 seconds.
17 seconds. Okay. So what do you think this car will do in the quarter mile?
Yeah, probably like CV7 Accord type numbers, probably in the 17s. Maybe mid.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Mid. So
7, sure.
17.5. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't do drag race. I don't know.
You would say
18.7.
18.7.
7.
All right, that's your $1. That's your $1 right there. $1. There you go. I think it's gonna do a 16.3. 16.3 at. Does this also do mile an hour?
Yes.
Okay, so 16.3 at around 85 to 87 miles an hour. I'm locking that in right now. I'll have you know, I am a very good driver. Very good. I'm great at launching, especially this car, because it's basically like a Camry. So we're gonna let it cool off, and then we're gonna send it again. All right, so the car is nice and cool. We actually went out to get something to eat, and I figured I should do a little bit of, well, something I shouldn't do normally, but since we're on a dyno, we can try it out. So this is the filter, stock paper filter, and it is a little bit dirty. It's not horrible, but we want to see if this is a restriction. So I'm just going to leave the filter off. So this is just going to be taking straight air into the engine, and it's actually not too dirty down there. So I'm not going to be sucking up any small rodents or whatever. But Erik has shown me this. So Erik has shown me this. This down here is what we just did. This is the run for the Supra, and this is the Lambo run. There are slight differences, I'd say. So right here we have the Supra basically making 120 horsepower, and then it just goes off it goes down the more RPM you give it, so it's actually getting less efficient. So here, we're actually less than 100 horsepower. What are we right here?
Okay, for horsepower, blue line's torque, red line's horsepower, so at 105 horsepower. 105
horsepower, and that would be red line. This isn't exactly red line since this is reading at 6100.
That's where I had it stop sampling.
Yeah, so that stopped sampling. It's not likely that it just went like this, you know? So that's usually where it stops. That definitely wasn't our peak number, so if we follow the Lambo number, we get to somewhere north.
The same spot, 478 horsepower.
Yeah, 478. So, and on this dyno, that would, I mean, if you do dyno jet numbers, this is way, way higher. So yeah, so the Lambo is basically 5 times as fast as this at redline, and then it still goes up quite a ways from there. So that's how fast that car is. But this car is, it's pitiful. I'm going to be doing the dyno run. I am the tuner now, and I've never done a dyno run before. How hard could it be?
Good luck, man.
We're hot. Make sure nobody is around the dyno. This car makes a lot of power. I don't want it falling off. I don't want to hurt anybody. You know. Do we need anybody? Endo, can you sit on the back of the car to weigh it down because it might spin the tires?
I don't feel safe, man.
All right. Well, you know, we're just gonna have to send it. Okay.
What if there's? Yeah.
All right. Starting the car now.
Strap it tight, man. Strap it tight. Extra tight.
Feels heavy.
You don't want those wheels today.
Feels nice and yeah.
Let me close the door for safety.
There we go. Safety, yeah. So you're gonna should I start the test now or later on? Just give me one hint. Just say yes or no.
4.
4 is not a what? That's not an answer. Just yes or no. I started when I'm rolling already, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So. Whoa. I swear that was not me. Is that it?
Yep.
That's something.
Is that really it?
Yeah, that was it.
So it made what was that 120 business then?
A fluke.
It was a fluke? No, I got a factory freak. That's what I got.
That means I won.
That's no.
I guessed the closest without going over.
No, you did not win. I got 120 on the first shot.
No, Price is Right rules. You were still over.
Price is Right. I got the sweepstakes. I got the showcase. I got the showcase. No.
20.5, you lose.
No, I got the showcase. I'm going to Tahiti. All right, you guys can stay in Cincinnati or Wisconsin or wherever the hell you're going.
Come on.
No. Okay. So this car.
Oh, did you have the AC on?
Oh, maybe.
See, I had the AC off when I did it.
AC off.
Yes.
You think that'll rob 6 horsepower?
Maybe.
You think we should do another one?
I think we should do another one.
I'm ready. It was a 14.3. Quarter mile. Okay, total.
14.6 total.
All right. Well, what is that? What is that? 0.3 seconds added?
So that's the reaction.
Oh, okay. All right. So quarter mile is 14.3. That should be that should be good. That's actually
85 miles per hour.
At 85 miles an hour. That's actually realistic. I want to say 14.6 is a little more realistic because well. There's no way I got a 1.360 foot. There's just
so the reason why your 60 foot is dead on is because you're not spinning on the rollers.
So Erik says it's because I'm not spinning on the rollers. I don't think that's the case. I don't.
No,
this is. I'm not spinning on the rollers because this car makes no power. That's why.
That's what I'm saying. It's working to your.
Okay, so a bone stock Toyota Supra is a launching god. Okay, that's basically what we have here. So around like let's say mid 14s, realistically low 15s is what this car is going to make, around 85 mile an hour in the quarter mile. Not too bad. I mean, for a 113 horsepower car on this dyno, so on any other dyno probably be more like 130, 140. We have a lot to go. We have a lot to go on this car. So that was interesting. I mean, the car made some power, made 120 horsepower, which is exactly what I said it was gonna make. So I am the winner of that, even though I bought these guys drinks anyway. So it didn't make 113, it made 120. All right, 120. The first, you know the rule. The first one counts. Okay, the next ones don't count. So yeah, I wanna thank Erik again. If you guys need any tuning stuff, just hit him up. All the stuff is going to be in the links in the description below. But he doesn't just put cars on dynos, he actually tunes them. If you want to see what he did with my Lambo, basically you just made it into a very, very scary car.
It's scary. So the car revs all the way out to $8 grand.
I've been told that it does that. I have not figured that out yet.
You've taken it to $6 grand?
Maybe 5.5.
Now, were you floored?
Listen, we don't need to talk about this. Okay, all right. So Erik's stuff will be in the link in the description below. So that is going to be it for today's episode. Now, if you'd like to buy one of my shirts that says you are the warranty by buying one of the shirts that says I am the warranty, then you can do so in the Teespring link down below. All proceeds from my shirts go directly to charity at the end of every month. It goes to a good cause, and you get a pretty cool shirt. If you'd like to listen to me talk with my friend Andrew Howell over here, who is not talking, then you can do so at the Car Guys Talk podcast. All that stuff is going to be in the link in the description below. You're pointing a lot. So until next time, this is me telling you that on cars like this that are very slow, but actually look at it, it looks pretty good anyway. You guys need to wrench every day.